Hi guys, it's Amy again. I know it's been a long time since I made a video. I was actually planning to make videos every week, and then life just got really crazy for a while. So I'm going to try to get back to that, but I'm not really sure. Next Monday I have to have some teeth pulled out, so I might be gone for a little while again, but I'll try to get back to it. So today I just thought that I would give you some information about me. Most of the videos that I'm going to be making are probably going to be related to my health because that is a big part of what's going on in our lives right now. That's what everything centers around. So I thought I would start by just giving you kind of an overview of everything that's going on with me and kind of what a typical day might be like. And then I'm planning to, in the next few weeks, make some videos about each individual condition that I have and let you know some more details about those. So, to start with, I am diabetic. I have type 2 diabetes and I am insulin dependent. I have an insulin pump, which has been a great help. If you're diabetic and you're on insulin, talk to your doctor about getting an insulin pump for sure. It's been awesome. Instead of having to give myself like 7 to 8 shots a day, I just press a button and it gives me the insulin. So it's been wonderful. That has helped me get some control at least over my blood sugar. It gets affected by my other conditions, and so it goes up and it goes down and it's crazy. But that insulin pump makes a big difference. Next, I am also legally blind, and that is a result of the diabetes. I had damage to my retinas because of the diabetes. I ended up having, I'm trying to remember all the details. I had to have laser treatments on my eyes. They had to shoot a laser into my eyes. Then I ended up having surgery on both of my eyes. And then because of the surgery, I ended up with cataracts and ended up having one of those removed. The other one they said was not too bad and didn't need to be removed yet. So I'm not going to go into a lot of detail because, like I said, I am going to make a separate video about each condition. But being legally blind, it has a big impact on my daily life. I can't drive anymore. I have difficulty seeing unless the light is just right. I have to have just enough light, but not too much light. My eyes are very finicky when it comes to the light. And I also, the biggest problem is that I don't have very good depth perception. So, for example, if I'm trying to walk up a step or something like that, I can't really see it well enough to judge how far away the step is. So I have to be really careful if I have to step up or if I have to step down, because a lot of times I can't see where exactly that step is. So, like I said, I'll go into more detail on a separate video about that, but just so you kind of know how that affects my daily life. It does make reading very difficult. I still can read, but again, I have to have just the right size print. I have to have just the right amount of light, and then even so, sometimes a magnifying glass or something like that is the only way that I can do it. So then I also have a condition that is called gastroparesis. And gastroparesis is one of those things that a lot of people don't know about until they meet someone that has it. It's just not very common. It's not very well known, and there's not a lot of treatment for it. Gastroparesis, basically, if you look at the word gastroparesis, gastro refers to your stomach, and paresis means paralysis. So it basically means that your stomach is paralyzed. Now, in my case, my condition is not completely severe, so my stomach does still work. It just works very slowly. And I'll have periods where, what we call, like, when it flares up, when I have a flare up, it might kind of just stop working altogether. And then, as you can imagine, if your stomach is paralyzed, if it doesn't work, that makes you very, very sick. A lot of nausea, a lot of vomiting, a lot of just anything you can think of related to the stomach. If the stomach doesn't work, then those things don't work either, without getting into too much detail right now. The only thing I can compare it to is it does compare to a very, very severe case of morning sickness when you're pregnant. Because a lot of times mornings are my worst time. When I wake up in the morning, I'm usually sick. When I woke up this morning, I was feeling horrible. I didn't get out of bed today until about 12:30, 1 o'clock, something like that. And then I decided I was just going to do this, whether I felt like it or not. So I got myself dressed, I fixed myself up a little, and this is what you get. So, like I said, there's not a lot of treatment for gastroparesis. And I don't want to go into too much detail right now, because I am going to make a separate video and tell you the treatments that I've tried and what we're doing now. But there's very few medications to help with gastroparesis, because a lot of the medications that help with nausea actually can sometimes slow down your digestion even more. And so it's really hard to find a balance, to find how do I stop feeling sick, but how do I not make myself feel worse? And it's very hard. It's very hard sometimes. Along with the gastroparesis, I also have another condition that they call cyclical vomiting syndrome. And basically what that means, pretty much like it sounds, once I start vomiting, sometimes I cannot stop. Literally cannot stop. It's just constant, over and over and over and over. And so usually that's the point where I end up having to go to the hospital, because we try every medication that I have at home. We try everything we can, and if it just won't stop, I have to go to the hospital and I have to get some help. And then now in the past, going along with all of the diabetes and the gastroparesis, because when I have those episodes where I get really, really sick like that, I get dehydrated, of course. And that, people may not think, but dehydration takes such a toll on your body. It affects everything, and it has affected a lot of parts of my body. I also had, a few years ago, they found a blockage in one of the arteries leading to my heart. And so I had to have a stent placed, and that meant that I was also diagnosed with congestive heart failure. Now, I've had conflicting information about this. I've been told that once you're diagnosed with congestive heart failure, that you have it for the rest of your life. You always have congestive heart failure. And then another doctor told me that no, since I haven't had any other problems, that I don't have it anymore. So I always consider myself to have congestive heart failure, because they always need to know that anyway. So I don't know really which information is true, but that's what I always say. I always just say that I still have it. And then the newest one is, again, because of the dehydration, over and over and over again, getting dehydrated, and the toll that it takes on your body when that happens. I now have, and I've had for a while, I've had chronic kidney disease. I've actually had that for probably at least 2 years. I think maybe even a little longer than that. But now it's getting much worse, and I am very close to what they call end-stage kidney disease or end-stage renal disease. And so right now, we are working on getting ready for a possible kidney transplant. I have not started dialysis yet, and my doctor is actually hopeful that we may not have to. She's kind of fighting for us to see if maybe we can just get a transplant done and I might never have to start dialysis. But we're getting ready in case we need to. We're talking about it, we're figuring things out, and just gonna see what happens. So basically, just to give you an idea of like what a day is like for me, like I said, today I didn't get out of bed until afternoon, and that's pretty common. That's a lot of my days. A lot of my days I can't get up in the morning because I'm just too sick. I do have really good days. Today's Friday. Actually, on Wednesday, I had just an amazing day. I woke up feeling so great. I was able to get out of bed. I was able to get some things done. I worked on some projects. This wall behind me, I did that on Wednesday. Got my gallery wall put up. So there are still good days, but there's a lot more bad days than good days. But it really makes me appreciate those good days a lot more because I know that they are few and far between. So when I have one of those good days, I like to just take advantage. I like to just do everything I can. And sometimes I do too much, but sometimes it just feels good. It feels good to just do so much that you just are, at the end of the day, you're just exhausted, because I don't get to do that very often. So, a lot of days are just spent not doing a whole lot, just resting, just listening to my body, letting my body tell me what I need to do. There are times when I feel like, okay, I don't feel like doing something, but I need to push myself a little bit and do this thing today. And so sometimes I do that. And then there are times when I just have to say, I can't do it. I don't want to push my body today. Because sometimes I can tell that if I push my body today, that I'm going to pay for it tomorrow, and sometimes it's not worth it. Sometimes it is. Sometimes if my husband and I have a chance to get out and go do something, even though I know it's going to make me tired, even though I know maybe it's going to make me sick the next day, or for a couple of days, sometimes it's worth it. But so every day is balancing and juggling and judging and trying to figure out, can I do this? Should I not do this? It's a struggle every day. Every day is a struggle, but I'm trying not to cry right now. But every day is also a blessing. And that's why I chose the name for my channel of Too Blessed. That's part of the reason. Because I am so blessed. Even with all the things that are going on, I still wake up every day. Even if I wake up feeling sick, I wake up. And that's a blessing. The main reason that I chose that name, Too Blessed, is because right now my husband and I, we are We are such a team, and we are fighting these things together. And I feel like I am so blessed to have him. And I always want him to know how much he means to me and how much I need him. And so that's kind of where the inspiration came from for that, because the two of us together, we are blessed even more than we were as individuals, because we found each other, and because of our love, we are even more blessed. So now that I've started crying, I guess this is a good place to end for today. Like I said, I want to start doing some more videos. I'm going to start doing my next set of videos that I want to do are the individual videos where I talk about each condition separately. And I just want you to know that I'm not doing this to make people feel sorry for me. I don't need sympathy. I don't need anybody to feel sorry for me. I have strength in the Lord, and I get strength from my husband, and I get strength from my family. So I'm not doing this to try to, feel sorry for me, feel pity for me or anything like that. I want to be able to help someone else. Maybe someone else is dealing with one of these conditions that I deal with, and maybe something I say can be a help to you, and I hope that's the case. So if you enjoy these videos, I would love to have you subscribe to my channel. If you're watching this video on Facebook, you will need to go to YouTube in order to subscribe, and underneath the video there's a red button that says subscribe. All it means is that you will get a notification when I post a new video, and it just means you will be a part of my YouTube family, and I would love for you to be a part of that family. If you have questions or comments, I would love for you to leave them in the comment section, and I will try to respond to them. If you have questions, maybe you have a question about one of my conditions, go ahead and leave it, and I will try to answer it when I make the video about that condition. If you have a question about my blindness, leave the question, and I'll try to answer that when I make the next video. So I want to get to know the people that are watching my videos. I want to get to know you and have a conversation about, tell me about your struggles, and we can talk about that. Whatever you want to tell me, I want to hear it. Because again, I don't want people to feel sorry for me, but I don't get out much, and so when I'm here at home, I would like to have like a connection with other people that are maybe going through similar things that I am, or maybe you're not. It doesn't matter. But anyway, now that I've been rambling, just if you would like to subscribe to my channel and leave a comment, maybe just leave a comment and tell me who you are. Tell me where you're from. Tell me something about yourself so that I can get to know you. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye.